Hey students, here we go, another week, and here's where I want to take us is I want to ask you this question. What is stealing your attention? What just kind of takes over, kind of grabs you in, pulls you in, sucks you in, gets it so that way you don't even notice that anything else exists because your attention is just locked in on whatever it is that steals your attention. So when I think back to my own life, when I was your age and I started dating Lindsay, she stole my attention. I didn't even need to know that anything else existed because that was all that mattered. And while that was good and our relationship grew, at the same time, there was negative effects because of that, because I started to forget about other things and other people that needed my attention, but she stole my attention. If I'm being completely honest, there are times that my iPad or video games steal my attention. I lose track of the things that I should be doing, the things that I should be taking care of, because I'm just sucked in and those steal my attention. What steals your attention? It might be for you, it might be video games, it might be music, it might be sports, things that you love to do, it might be your art. There's a variety of things that can steal our attention. But see, what happens is, where should our attention really be? And what I want to challenge us to this week is that our attention needs to be back on God. And so we can't let those things steal our attention, because our focus needs to be on Him and how He is such, not just an intricate part of our lives, but the most important part of our lives. And I want to walk you through this in Exodus 32. You guys know the story of Exodus, that Moses is there. He leads the people through the Red Sea. They free the Israelites from Egypt. But when you go past that, Moses is going up on the mountain to talk to God. And while he's up there, he's taking a little bit too long for how the Israelites like. And so what happens in Exodus 32 is, while they're waiting, think of maybe when you were a kid. I know this, maybe you can feel the same way. I can remember having to go shopping with my mom as a kid. And you just felt like you were waiting forever as she looked through rack after rack after rack. Or if I'm honest, it's not just when I'm a kid. It's right now, and Lindsay drags me around going shopping, and I just have to sit there. And like, there's certain stores that I just can't even stand to be in, and it's just driving me crazy. You guys ever been to the paper store? This is the worst store that there ever was. Except if you've ever been to the Christmas tree shop. Oh my goodness, you could just, I don't know what you could do to me, but anything you could do to me instead of making me go to the Christmas tree shop. I can't stand it. And so sometimes Lindsay takes me around to these different stores, and I just have to stand there and wait. And it's the biggest agony that there ever was. I can't handle it one bit. And so during that time, I'm thinking, what else could I be doing? What else could be happening? And see, that's what's happening with the Israelites. Moses is up on the mountain, and they're saying, what is going on? We're tired of waiting for him. So they start talking with Aaron, and you know what they do? They say, you know what? Moses has been gone so long, supposedly talking to God, but we don't know what he's doing. So we are going to build this idol ourselves, this golden idol. See, they let something steal their attention. God had carried them through so much up to this point, but they let something steal their attention. They let this golden calf steal their attention. They let their boredom steal their attention. See, right now, things look a lot different for us. We've been talking about this for a long time. You guys are feeling it. What I want to challenge you to is, don't let what is so weird right now, so chaotic right now, so hurtful right now, so messed up right now, don't let all of that steal your attention from God. But at the same time, not just about what's happening right now, but you guys might have a lot of extra time on your hands, especially with summer coming up. And so it's really easy to let music take over, to let video games take over, to let maybe even your social life, hanging out with your friends. All those things can take over. They can steal your attention from God. And then there's more things that could be doing that. There's negative things. There's things like pornography. There's things like partying with drugs and alcohol and all that sort. You can let that steal your attention, or you can choose to let your attention pursue God. Here's where I want us to capture right now is that with everything going on in our country, everything that you guys are facing, the hurt that you are seeing people go through, what I don't want you to do is I want you to notice that. I want you to see that, but I don't want you to let it steal your attention from God. See, in all of this, we need to recognize that God is still in control. God is still the creator. Paul says in Colossians that Jesus is supreme over all these things, and he holds his creation together. So even though things might feel like they're falling apart a little bit, even though things might feel like they're suffering and they're struggling, it doesn't mean that they're not, but it still means that Jesus is the one holding it together, that his creation is under his control. So don't let this steal your attention from who Jesus is and the fact that he is supreme and that God is God over all of this. And here's what Paul has to say in the Philippians. I want to read you this verse. Paul says, "And now, dear brothers and sisters," that's you, that's me. It says, "Dear brothers and sisters, one final thing. Fix your thoughts on what is true and honorable and right and pure and lovely and admirable. Think about things that are excellent and worthy of praise. Keep putting into practice all you have learned and received." See, instead of letting the negativity steal your attention, instead of letting maybe some hurtful, terrible things steal your attention, instead of letting just like random things like music and games steal your attention, Paul says, you keep on thinking about what is good and admirable. You keep on focusing on who God is and on his character. You keep on staying locked in to your relationship with God, and that's what's going to carry you through these hard and difficult times. That's what's going to carry you through what is going on in our country and some of what is messed up by staying locked in. Don't let anything else steal your attention. It doesn't mean that you're not aware of it. It doesn't mean that you're blind to it, but it means that while you're seeing it all happen, you are staying tight and close to God. And then, he said right here, he says, keep putting into practice all you have learned and received. You guys have learned a lot. You have grown in your relationship with God. And don't ignore that. Don't push that to the side, but keep putting it into practice. See, one thing that I would hope that you have learned here at United is that we want to bring hope into our neighborhoods, into our families, and into our schools. I think if you've been here for a little while, you've learned that our goal is about bringing hope to people who need it. See, right now, people need hope. And that's something that you can do. It's as simple as reaching out to someone and just saying, hey, I am here for you. I care about you. If you have a friend that's hurting because of everything that's happening right now, go ahead and reach out to them. If you have a friend who isn't hurting, go ahead and reach out to them as well and just say, hey, I want you to know that I am by your side. Keep putting into practice what you have learned. Bring hope to people who need hope. Because you guys have a lot of hope, because you know that the thing that should have your attention more than anything else is a God who loves you and sacrificed his son for you. So guys, let's go and do this. Let's bring hope every single place that we can and in every opportunity to the people who need it around us. Don't get bogged down by the negativity, but keep pushing through that, because the negativity just means that people need hope. And you are the ones that can bring them that hope that's so desperately needed. I'm excited for what God is going to do through you. I'm excited for what God is going to do in your lives. Let's go do this together as United.